How much does it cost to sell your home? I'm Reginald Perryman with ReggiusRealEstate.com, and we're going to break down the typical cost of selling your home in today's market. So this applies whether you're going to sell your home as a for sale by owner, you're going to sell it yourself, or maybe you're going to hire a real estate agent or broker to list and market and sell that property for you. What are the commission fees? And last but not least, and we have all seen the ads, sell your home fast, cash, as is. No fees, no commissions. Well, what exactly are those fees that you're saving? Let's take a look. Let's take a look here at a typical net sheet. So let's just say your home is selling for $250,000, right? And today is May 18th. So let's just say you're going to close, let's say July 1st, right? So you're going to have your typical fees. We're going to break this down, and I'm going to put in here a 6% commission. It's kind of common, but some agents charge more, some charge less, but I'm going to use a common commission that most agents use is 6% here. So let's take a look here. You have a sales price of $250,000 and a net of just over $234,000. But what are those fees? And when we talk about selling your home to maybe an investor that's running an ad, and you see the ad, we'll buy your home cash as is with no fees. Well, let's discuss the fees. In most cases, you may run across an investor, for example, that's only going to offer you 70% of market value. But you're still leaving money on the table because 70% of the $250 is going to be a lot less than the fees that you're going to pay here. So let's take a look. So you have your owner's title policy, which is common. This is title insurance provided to the buyer to ensure and guarantee title. Now, this can be negotiated in some cases, but it's typical in our Metro Detroit area that this is a seller's expense. And then you have your doc prep fees. Some title companies charge as little as $200. Some charge as much as $350. So you can shop around with title companies, but typically the average is somewhere between $250 and $300. All right, your overnight fees. This does not always apply, only if overnight delivery is needed. So let's say you're out of town and you want your documents overnight delivered to you via overnight express mail like FedEx or UPS or something similar. Wire transfer fees. Each title company may be a little different, but typically they're about $25 to $35. This is in the case where you say, hey, I don't want a check. I want the funds wired into my account. So the title company is going to charge a wire fee, or your lender, in order to pay off your existing loan, requires the funds are wired to their account for a payoff. So that wire fee may or may not apply in your situation. Here in Michigan, in the Metro Detroit area, you have your state transfer tax and your county transfer tax. So this example is for a property in Wayne County. So we calculated the cost per thousand, and this is the amount. So it's state transfer tax and county transfer tax. Some areas have a city transfer tax, so they combine the two here. But again, this is just an estimate based on a $250,000 sale in a Wayne County area here. So then you have your mortgage payoff. If you have a mortgage lien, I just left this for zero because in this example, we don't have a mortgage payoff. And then you have your real estate commission. So for a seller that's selling a $250,000 home, this is roughly about what your net would be. Now, there's one item that can change and make a huge difference, and that's your tax prorations. So depending on when you close and how much your taxes are, your property taxes, this can make a huge difference. So let's just say, and let's just use, I'm going to edit this here. So let's just say your property taxes, we have your city and your county taxes in this example. So in most of Metro Detroit, you have your city and your county taxes. And the reason they call it winter or summer taxes is because one of the due dates is in July, the other is typically in December. So let's just say your tax prorations are $2,000 for your summer, and I'll keep this the same. Not a big difference, but basically what tax prorations are, the buyer is reimbursing you. So you're paying your taxes in advance. So right now it's 2020. You paid your taxes in the summer, and you paid from 2020 through July of 2021. If we close this deal, say in August, the buyer's going to reimburse you as the seller from the date of closing through July of 2021. And this is why you have a credit here. Now, this can be negotiated between you and the buyer that you're going to waive tax prorations. The other thing that's not included here, let's say a buyer's negotiating and they ask you for concessions. So seller to pay, $3,000 towards buyer's closing costs, or seller to pay $3,000 towards concessions, or seller to pay for a 1-year home warranty. We would just simply add those fees here and come up with your net. But this gives you a rough estimate and an idea. So whether we're selling this property for $250,000 or we're selling it for $150,000, let's just see here. Now you can see here in this example, these fees don't really change because most of these are flat fees. Everything else is kind of based on a percentage. So you see the owner's policy decreased, your state transfer tax decreased because it's based on an amount per thousand. And then you see, of course, the commission decreased because it's a percentage of the sales price. So keep that in mind when you're selling a home, whether you're going to sell it for sale by owner. Typically, if you're selling it for sale by owner, the only thing you're saving is the commission. So keep that in mind when you're negotiating a deal, whether you're going to sell it for sale by owner, list with an agent, or you're going to sell to a cash investor. The difference with cash investors, again, most are going to offer you somewhere between 65-70% of value, of market value, and they may minus the cost of repairs as well. So, for example, here someone may offer you, $90,000 for the home, and it sounds good in the ad to say, hey, we're going to buy your home as is with no fees, no commissions. But did you just leave money on the table? Because we just gave an example. Those fees and commissions only add up to roughly about $9,000 here. So let's just keep that in mind. This is Reginald Perryman with ReggiusRealEstate.com.